You're probably wondering why I'm doing a review of a shoe that was released in 2006. Well, the easy answer is I really like the shoe, and I'm constantly looking for shoe deals. And if you've seen the price of these shoes on eBay or StockX lately, when you find out how much I got these shoes for, you'll understand why I'm constantly wanting to show you these shoe deals that I'm picking up. Secondly, I've actually been wanting to play in these shoes for a really long time, and it's been really difficult to find a size anywhere close to what I wear. And when I saw this shoe pop up at the price that it was, I took a shot, landed it, got it, took it on court, and now I'm here to give you a review of the shoe, of the Lebron 4. This particular colorway is the black and anthracite colorway. This is a shoe meant for war. This shoe is meant for someone who is 6'8" and close to 250 pounds. And I say that because everything about the structure of this shoe is meant to kind of fit, control, and kind of like capture and lock down your entire foot. Oddly enough, looking at the shoe and understanding that the majority of this shoe is made from the same material as the Foamposite, you probably guessed that it's a heavier shoe. You're absolutely right. This is one of the heavier Lebron models, if not the heaviest Lebron model that has been out to date. But surprisingly, when you put it on, it doesn't feel as heavy on foot as it does in hand. In hand, it feels like a Timberland. Not gonna lie to you. But on foot, it feels like a Foamposite. And I think a lot of that has to do with the sock liner on the inside of the shoe, creating such a nice comfort and fit around your entire foot that you don't necessarily feel like the shoe is bulky. You actually feel like it fits your foot really well. Now, something that I didn't notice about this shoe until I started to do a little research and read about it, this shoe doesn't have a midsole, which was by design. The design to not have a midsole was to have more foam material, but to incorporate, let me see what it was called. I think it was a ghost sole, a grooved sole, right? So a grooved sole would be this design here. Surprisingly, what it creates is a very close foot to court feel, which for a LeBron shoe isn't something that you really expect, and in later models isn't something that you actually get. A lot of that is because there's a lot of either 360 air or airbag support in the heel of a lot of the LeBron shoes, so you don't necessarily get that same feel on the court as you do with this one. Really surprising. Another thing, the soles of the shoe don't seem like something that would have great traction, and a lot of that is because it's a simple design. You look at it, there's these large kind of horizontal grooves with the carbon fiber plate to kind of, once again add some more stability with impact coming down on the shoe. But you don't necessarily think of it to have great traction. But let me tell you, when you get on the court, this shoe has better traction than some of the current models out now. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I can feel my foot on the court, or if it's by design, or the type of rubber that was used, but these shoes are sticky on the court, which for a shoe as heavy as this one you absolutely need, because what you lose in weight you absolutely need to make up in either comfort or in kind of traction and control, and this shoe makes up for it. Things I don't like. The biggest thing I don't like about this shoe, outside of kind of not being able to see the laces, lacing these is kind of tricky. It's easy, but it's just annoying. The one thing that I did not like is the strap. If you were to reverse it, throw the strap on the outside, probably would be fine. The strap itself honestly doesn't serve much of a purpose outside of locking the laces, which are, I don't know if it's just because they've just been pulled over time or if it's just by design, but they're a little longer than your usual length of shoelace. But if you were to flip this around, you probably wouldn't run into the issue of your shoes constantly running into each other and knocking this loose all the time. May not be you, it kept happening with me. It's not enough to constantly knock the Velcro off unless you've got kind of a worn out pair of Velcro. But other than that, man, I was pleasantly surprised with this shoe. And to be quite honest, I went a half size up. I got these a size 12, and you wouldn't believe that I got these shoes for $65 on Poshmark. I almost said Posh Up. Posh Up is not a site. I got them for $65 on Poshmark. These are the prices on StockX and on eBay. I got real lucky. I'm not going to sell these. I don't like a lot of the signature Lebron shoes. Huge fan of Lebron, basketball player, philanthropist, everything he's doing outside of the game. But when it comes to his signature shoes, there's probably only like 4 models of all the signatures that I like. The Lebron 4 is one of, if not the favorite of all models. And ultimately it was the NY graffiti pair that got me in love with those shoes. The Fruity Pebbles pair just took it to another level, and from there I was just all in on that pair. And ironically enough, it happened to be the pair that, if I'm not mistaken, was the same year that he took the Cavs to the finals. It was the first time they went to the finals, got swept by the Spurs. But I mean, just to put into perspective the kinds of things he was doing as far as on the court, you needed to have a shoe like that. So for me, that's kind of it's the cool part that I get to look back at, is how he played during the 2006-2007 season. His build, his style of play, and then the shoe, how Nike created a shoe to support that style and kind of that size of athlete. And honestly, they did a great job. They gave LeBron something that is going to be sturdy, it's going to be responsive, it's going to be unique and one of a kind, and they left enough space for creativity to come up with some great and creative designs to kind of showcase the versatility of the shoe. So Nike killed it with that shoe. I'm definitely going to be looking out for more of those shoes. If you get the opportunity to get a pair in your size for the right price, and you just want to see what it's like for you on court, definitely go for it. I'm a guard. I wouldn't necessarily suggest this shoe for guards. This is more for forwards or centers, just based on the size and kind of the utility of the shoe. This is not a shoe meant for fast moving, quick cutting guards. if you've got kind of a slower under or below the rim game, sure, go for it as a guard, but this is for power forwards, centers, big men who are getting off the ground and need a carbon fiber plate at the bottom of their foot to take on that kind of impact. That's the type of person that needs this shoe. So if you're that type of person and you run across this kick, by all means, grab a pair. You will not be disappointed. Once again, if you like the content, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I'll keep bringing these shoe reviews, whether it's a new pickup, something I can put on court. Most likely it's going to be a steal deal that I picked up. I've got tons and tons of shoes that I get for great prices, mostly because I'm cheap. I'll pay retail if I love the shoe. I'm looking for a deal if I like the shoe. A lot of the times I'm looking for a steal just if I come across a shoe. There are a lot of shoes that I absolutely love, that I've missed, that I know that at some point I'll come back around. And for me, it's not necessarily having the hype shoe right now. It's about having the shoe that I like when I can come across it and get it for the price that I like. So when I can and I can afford it at that time, I grab it. The Lebron 4 was one of those opportunities. So once again, this is the Love the Hoop channel. I'm Joe. Till next time.